when you go to like a state park or the national forest, they hand you a trail map and they just tell you, here's the map, here's the trails, look for the trail post markers and good luck, right? Your other option is to go try and plan out your hike. Let me ask you guys this question first, that are listening right now. Is there anyone that enjoys hiking or doesn't enjoy hiking, and why? Growing up, my parents at least once a month would try and get us out of the house, and we would go to the local trail or green belt or greenway, what have you, and we would walk that. But the problem was always the same. You get a map and you need to figure out where you are, right? So I started thinking as I was out hiking one afternoon, like, wouldn't it be cool to not have to figure out which fork to take when you're out walking on the trail, right? Because you already have the track, or a friend shared with you their track of some hike, and it got me thinking, what if we took basically, what if we took this, right? What if we took this and we applied it to the ground? And I said, wow, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. So essentially, you have the flight plan, which is the trails you want to go on. And as you're out on the trail, you only need to look at this for like less than a second to tell you if you're on the path or if you're not on the path. And if you're not on the path, how can you get back on the path so that you don't deviate too much? So I started writing the code 2 months ago, and it's almost finished. When I release this app on the App Store, I will be giving away codes for this community to try the app for free. It's my way of saying thank you for this community, for sticking through everything that has happened over the last 6 years that this channel has been active. You guys have been there through, you may not think it, but you guys supporting these streams even when you may not feel like you are, it's my way of saying thank you for everything. it's it's amazing to me every time I hit the trail how when people come up to a fork on the trail, they pause. It's like time stood still, and they get out their phone. They, pinch and zoom, their way to try and figure out where they are. And then they look at the map, they look at where they are, they look at the map, and then they say, oh, okay, we need to go left. But my solution is, if you already planned this, then you just look at your phone for 2 seconds, and while you're still moving, you need to go left. And that's it. Your question has been answered in 2 seconds as opposed to 20 seconds. So I think, but I wanted you guys to know that what you see here actually makes sense on the ground. That is the announcement. And the app that I've written on the for use on the ground is coming out soon. All right. So the way that this works is you have a track, you drop it into my app, and you're basically given this, right? So you drop it in, and then you basically name the mission. So you get a route from somebody, and then now this is where you would name the mission. So since I know what this route is, I'll just call this Devil Slide. And so it goes here. You can get, the trail. You get the trail from someplace, right? And so let's just see here, right? So basically you look at this, and then you make sure that this is the actual path or track that you want to do, right? As long as you plan whatever hike you have in mind, it will, and as long as you follow the hike or the path that you set, it blows my mind every time I go to use it, even in testing. But in testing, I'm not worried about if I'm still following the mission. I know right away if I am or am not following the mission. And I can't believe, like, how much that little piece of information gives me confidence moving through trails that I hadn't been on before. Like going up and climbing 4,000 feet to Mount San Jacinto, and never having going through the wilderness like that ever, and using my instrument was a huge psychological morale booster, because I was no longer questioning if I was on the correct path anymore. It was about whether I was going to finish. And yeah, 8 hours later and 15 miles, I ended up finishing that hike. So, but yeah, it is iOS right now because that's which is ironic because I also have an Android phone, but the issue that I felt with Android is there's a lot of screen sizes that need to be accounted for, and I wasn't sure if that limitation was going to slow down development time. And so basically, if this app that I wrote, and there's more to come. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I haven't even talked about what the I haven't even talked about what roadmap I have in store for this app that I've written. So it is coming out soon. And again, I know, and I'm so sorry that everyone here has Androids, but I know for sure you have a friend that has an iPhone, so just grab the iPhone from them, borrow it for a day. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the announcement. Basically Cargo is turning into a software dev